And today, my advice video is there such thing as plateaus or a learning curve? A lot of people claim that you'll reach plateaus and learning curves. And I think that's absolutely fucking ridiculous bullshit. I'll explain to you why I think it's complete fucking utter nonsense bullshit. Stupid motherfuckers who believe that there is a learning curve. Come on now. If you knew exactly how to get from point A to point B, let's just say, for example, let's use any example. You're driving a fucking NASCAR, or maybe you're driving a racing track. You know how not to fucking crash into the walls. You know how to maneuver every corner. You're gonna make it through the thing, even rally car. So as long as you know how to get from point A to point B, there is no learning curve. So where the fuck does the learning curve come from? Simple, beginner's mistakes. Making the same mistake at every single fucking corner. You crash. Maybe you crash at the first corner where the instant date should have happened. Maybe you crash at the second corner. You can't go up the escalation ladder. You crash at the third corner. You know, when you pull a girl home and you don't fuck her. And you crash at the fourth corner. You got her all the way into the bedroom, but you keep fucking up there. Every single time you play this direct game nonsense bullshit, you're crashing into corners because you're spam approaching. You're an idiot because basically, unless you're like a 6 foot tall white guy or you are a positive stereotype, you're just gonna get girls who are equal or below your look scale. It's a Tinder street game. Swipe left or swipe right, depending on which camera angle that you're seeing this from. But that's all it is in real life. It's your stats versus hers, like Pokemon Go. If your stats are higher than hers, then she'll say yes. So you have to be pretty fucking stupid to go direct because that fucks up almost the majority of results. This is why people are not getting from beginning to end in their day game infields. These days, you see these white motherfuckers, okay? No offense, but these white motherfuckers and other people, even black guys, they have an instant date video from beginning, gets to the middle, and when the girl looks like she's into him, then they cut the video and they say that's the same day lay or a fucking pole. Okay, so this is a fucking disgrace. That is not beginning to end, okay? And I think that's not very helpful for the industry because they can't learn anything from oh, that girl looks like she's into you, therefore now you write the word pole because of marketing. So my point is, there is no learning curve. I know it's unrelated now, but there is no fucking learning curve. My students are getting laid in 3 fucking days. Consistently, as you see the testimonial, they buy the product. They get both of them together. So they get the foundation, they also get the, more advanced stuff that's on top. See, when they put all these things together, right, they get laid because now they're reconfigured. That means you're picking a fucking lock. Does that make sense? If you know exactly how to pick the fucking lock, click, 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 the fucking tumbler will open, click. Why does it take so long for some students to get laid? I'll tell you, in my experience, I can't speak for everyone, but in my experience, when I teach people easy cases, I usually tell the students to turn off your left brain. Shut the fuck up, stop thinking, and start doing. Just let John handle the science. So when that happens, usually what happens is the student stops thinking and does exactly. They pick exactly every lock. In 3 days, they get laid. Some people take a week to 3 weeks. This is more normal cases. Okay.
But I got laid in less than 30 approaches on the street, right? It's not a numbers game. Like this, it's all bullshit. It's not a numbers game, right? I mean, a little bit. You need to get skills, is what it is. So you need to put in some numbers to improve your skills. But you don't need to be going out there and doing like 200 approaches to get laid, right? If you just practice your skills in a mirror, it won't take you that long, right? Because there's a lot of ongoing issues right now, like COVID, right? I live in California, so there's wildfires, so there's a lot less people on the street, like basically almost. We went to her hotel room, and I was like, holy shit, right? Am I about to same day lay? Am I about to lose my virginity to this? I was like, oh yeah, I am. All I did was use Elite 30. Like,
okay? They need a little bit more time to pick the lock because they're just still a little bit resisting. Hard cases, they take 3 months to 6 months or something, and then they get laid. So it takes them a little bit longer to get that through. And I have a lot of hard case students. I have a lot of people buying from hard case to hero, the greatest fucking program I've ever created. I designed it just for you. I figured out 30 pieces. But why do they pick the locks longer? I made a video about stubbornness. You probably might have seen it before. And there are 4 traits. Number 1, they resist what I say. Number 2, they shift blame to somebody else. Number 3, they say if this and that happen, the girl will come out on a date. Number 4, they say like, oh fuck. I mean, they have this fucked up Elliot Rogers like belief system, okay? It is actually their fuck up delusional cabbage mind belief system that extends the lay and pushes it back to 1 year. 1 year or not getting laid. So that's why I don't teach that many impossible cases anymore. Fuck them. Of course, I will still teach them, but I'd rather teach hard cases. Because if the hard case can shut off his mind on the left, he can become a normal case just by doing exactly what I say, and his results could happen a lot faster. Learning how to let go and just do exactly what John says. That's a great suggestion. So there is no learning curve. This whole idea is that you got to go out there, practice for years. No, 3 fucking days. Who the fuck told you there's a learning curve? People who tell you there's a learning curve are usually into some spam approach, direct game nonsense, and they don't get fucking good results. They just, I don't know what the fuck they do. So I feel sorry for people who does direct game. So there is no learning curve, there's only a stubborn curve. And on that note, I hope you learn a lot.
Instead of trying to be smart, I would just try to be stupid, shut that part off of my brain, and just do it.
But he put it very succinctly. He just dumbed down and shut off that part of his brain and just follow the steps. You don't need fucking case studies. You have a fucking template. You have a motherfucking script that a fucking monkey can read. That Alex wants a fucking case study because he wants to know the shit behind it because he's stupid. And that's why he's fucking poor. You don't need any motherfucking case studies. How many fucking times do I have to say? You have the fucking script. I said don't change a fucking word on the script. Not a comma. If it's got misspelled fucking words, send it out misspelled. The last thing you fucking need is a fucking case study. This is why you're fucking poor. This is why the cocksuckers watching this on YouTube are so fucking poor.
This is a video testimonial for John Elite. And basically my experience with game is I've been doing it for 2 years. I've followed every red pill dating coach you can think of on YouTube. RSD, Todd Valentine, 33 Secrets, Alpha Male Strategies, Lucario Fan, Squat and Casanova. You name it, I probably watched some of their videos. And what separates John from all the other dating coaches is he actually recognizes social issues that students have, right? Because here's the problem. It's 3 things mainly. 1, the dating coach is a natural, right? So he already has social skills and social calibrations since like he was 5. So he expects other students to have it and he can't teach it because he never had to learn it himself. And he just doesn't see how he can do it. 2, the dating coach has Asperger's or autism himself. That way, he doesn't have social skills either. So he just uses socio skills, techniques and strategies that only work on his body type, or he's just a liar and a fraud, right? Or 3, the dating coach gives you a bunch of like flowery bullshit language, like be yourself, be nice to a girl, right? Which doesn't work. But John will really, really push you. I was having difficulty approaching girls, and I had like 20-word conversations because I'd only done game on a college campus before, right? But a college campus is kind of a crutch. It's more of a warm approach than it is cold. You're pre-selected because you're students, right? A lot of conversational topics are just set up for you. For example, classes, studying, ongoing campus events. But I got laid in less than 30 approaches on the street, right? It's not a numbers game. Like this, it's all bullshit. It's not a numbers game, right? I mean, a little bit. You need to get skills, is what it is. So you need to put in some numbers to improve your skills. But you don't need to be going out there and doing like 200 approaches to get laid, right? If you just practice your skills in a mirror, it won't take you that long, right? Because there's a lot of ongoing issues right now, like COVID, right? I live in California, so there's wildfires, so there's a lot less people on the street, like basically almost no one on the streets because it's really smelly outside. And when you're talking to a girl, you need to just look like you care. Like you need to make the correct facial expressions. You need to have perfect body language, right? And your voice needs to not be like creepy as fuck, right? Because that was the problem I had before. I just came off creepy as fuck because I just sat weird. I was standing wrong, right? You need to stand 45 degrees. But the girl that I lost my virginity to, I approached her in a boba shop, right? I was like, excuse me, is anyone sitting here? Because she was sitting down, and I sat next to her, and we talked about COVID and ongoing events and things of that nature. And there was barely any game, honestly. Like, none of it was direct. Like, didn't bring up anything sexual at all. Eventually, I just asked her, "Are you hungry?" Right? And she's like, "Yeah." And then we went and got sushi. We went to her hotel room, and I was like, holy shit, right? Am I about to same day lay? Am I about to lose my virginity to this? And I was like, oh yeah, I am. And so we're walking in there, we're watching Netflix, right? You're eating our sushi. I go to the restroom, right? After we finish, I come out, she's laying on the bed. I lie next to her. I just use a little bit of Kino. Wham bam. I'm taking her clothes off, pulling on the condom. She gave me head before that. And then I pull on the condom, and I'm smashing her. And everything's cool. We exchange numbers, and we're getting Korean barbecue next week, right? And I leave. I was like, whoa, dude. Like, you need to fix these other problems, and the girl won't think you're creepy. And it's a lot easier that way. Other dating coaches, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know, like, or they just lie to you. All I did was use Elite 30. Like, honestly, I barely looked at John's playbook. I probably will in the future, but fix your social skills. You get laid, like, really, really fast. Like, at least that's what's happened with me, and I think it'll happen because I'm not perfect, right? I know I still need improvement, right? Once you do that, you're good to go.